Well, hello and how are you? Hey friends, welcome to the Shen Show. I am your host, Shenandoah Briscoe, coming to you from right here in St. Charles, Missouri. Hey, this here is Friday, May the 8th, 2020. Got a happy birthday shout out going out to Insun Wilson. So, without further ado, here's a birthday song for you. I said, hey, I heard it's your birthday today. So happy birthday, I must say. You're not in son. You're a one more year older today. So happy birthday to you, I say. I said, hey, I heard it's your birthday today. So happy birthday, I must say. You're turning another year older today. So happy birthday to you, I say. And many more. You cha 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 cha. All right, I got a Facebook poke shout out to Samantha Sue Little. Thank you. So thank you. Thank you, Samantha Sue, for a poke of me. I like you do. Alrighty. Okay, that being said, looks like it's about time for our weather forecast brought to you today by Wallace Resale. That's right, Wallace Resale on Facebook. Go right ahead and look them up on Facebook and take a peruse over their item list and see what you would like to purchase, and then make mention of it in the messenger area. And well, Rick or Dawn will get back to you at some point in time. There you go. Here are the weather. The weather is today plenty of sunshine. Highs around 58 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds are going to be north to northwest at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Higher wind gusts are quite possible. Clear skies overnight. Lows around 35 degrees Fahrenheit. And winds north to northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour, decreasing into less than 5 miles per hour. Then Saturday, May the 9th, mostly sunny skies, highs around 65 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds are going to be west at 5 to 10 miles per hour, and mostly cloudy skies overnight. Lows around 48 degrees Fahrenheit, and winds southwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Sunday, May the 10th, partly cloudy skies, highs around 59 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds west to northwest at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Some clouds early will give way to generally clearing skies overnight. And then a lows around 39 degrees Fahrenheit, and winds will be coming in from the northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. And then Monday, May the 11th, partly cloudy skies in the morning will give way to cloudy skies during the afternoon. Highs around 59 degrees Fahrenheit, and winds northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Cloudy skies overnight with 43-degree temperatures and winds north to northwest, that is, at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then for Tuesday, May 12th, our final day of our 5-day forecast, cloudy skies, slightly chance of rain showers. Highs around 57 degrees Fahrenheit and winds south to southwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour, or 5 to 10 miles per hour, whichever you prefer. Mostly cloudy skies with a few showers late in the day. Later on at night. Sorry. Lows around 48 degrees Fahrenheit and winds southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chances of rain 30%. And that concludes our 5-day forecast brought to you by Wallace Resale. Alrighty then. Ha 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 ha. Let's see. What are we going to be doing today? I'll sing a little song if you don't mind. I don't know what song to sing. I didn't have one on my mind at all today. No songs on my mind today. Ooh, Google Pac-Man. Boy, I can't even play that. Can't play it. Would like to, but I don't know how to doodly-doo. Hmm, let's see. I don't know. There ain't no songs that I have in mind. So I'm sure about the time I get off of here, I'll be singing up a storm or whistling all afternoon. So who knows? Anyway, let's tell a story, a bedtime story, because maybe this is going to be a real short one today. Um, a real short mm, blog. I don't know why, but I think I'm a little tired. I'm feeling a little tired, and I don't know why, but I'm tired today. I can't tell you why, but that's just the way. Oh, sloop up the bungee sails. See how the mainsail sets? Gee, daddy, I wanna go home. So let me go home, home. Oh, just so let me go home. What? No, I'm fine. Alrighty, well, I can't think of a song to sing. So, let's tell a story. What story shall we tell? I told a story the other day, but I haven't told any stories lately. I mean, I tell a bedtime story every day, but let's not let's not go with any great bedtime stories. How about the history of St. Charles? How about some of that? I've done this probably so many times it's not even funny, but hey, I like my city. And since how they're opening back up and ready, you know what? That's what we'll do. We'll check the events. See if the events calendar is open. See if there's any events lined up. Category. Beale Street Concert Series. Hey, May 13th. The Beale Street Concert Series is going to be opening up May 13th, 2020. That would be this month. By golly. They say it's postponed, but free Beale Street Concert Series the second Wednesday of each and every month in October, or from May through October. Food and beverages provided by the wonderful restaurants of Streets of St. Charles. Bring in a lawn chair. Well, they said that this one's gonna be not gonna happen. And then they got St. Charles Community Symphony, which starts in May, and that'll be the 15th. But I'm sure that the COVID says not gonna happen because, well, COVID virus. So we don't know what to do, what to say, how to go about it today. Anything that's got more crowds, more than, people getting together. If there's a groups of people, then they can't do it. So there you go. Historical Children's Festival would be down at on May 16th, but they're probably not going to do that either because, well, too many kids are put together in one situation. I don't know. It's fresh air. I mean, fresh air and sunshine takes care of flu type symptoms, respiratory symptoms, and yet they want you to go outside and put on a mask and keep your face all covered up. And if you don't, somebody will beat you up for it. But I always look at Japan and see that they were wearing masks for years and years and years and years and years and years and years, and they still had the COVID virus just as bad as anybody else. So what good does that mask do? It didn't do them any good, although they wore it. So who knows? Who knows? Anyway, there's just pretty much I was going to look at things to do, and there ain't no point in it. Nobody's going to let anybody do things. At least they got the stuff back on the list. Of course, the St. Chuck's Derby chicks, the roller rink girls is going to be canceled May 16th. Winsfield Days Fair and Dada is canceled. And so it's all canceled, so there ain't no point in looking it up. And just, um, uh, shoot. Let's all see about St. Charles County. Visitors to St. Charles County will find we have a remarkable variety in our offerings from historical Main Street in St. Charles with its nostalgic brick streets and one-of-a-kind shops to the picturesque surroundings of Missouri wine country. The St. Charles County has something for everyone. There is something to see and do around the St. Charles area, and we invite you to take time and explore the endless possibilities. If you want to play, we are an active community with options for every sport lover. Choose to be a spectator at the family arena or watch a River City Rascals game. How about Carshield Field? Carshield Field. Oh, out at Carshield Field would be where the River City Rascals play. Yeah, or participate with a bike ride on the Katy Trail, or visit one of our many parks and recreational areas, such as the August A. Bush Memorial Conservation Area or the Confluence Point State Park. Yes, if museums are more your style, visit the St. Charles County Heritage Museum at Heritage Park or the Frenchtown Heritage Museum at Research Center and Research Center, or the O'Fallon Historical Society Log Cabin Museum. After spending the day at the museums in the area, satisfy your palate with anything from cheeseburgers to sushi. Enjoy a patio setting, historic ambiance, local pub, or take out for a picnic on the riverfront. Please don't hesitate to request a copy of our Visitors Magazine to help you plan your trip to St. Charles County. Do-do-do-do-do-dum. Mm-mm. Historical Main Street. What about historical Main Street? Early set. Hey, hey, quit jumping around here. Early explorers and pioneers made St. Charles their place of choice for shopping in the 19th century. Today, you can walk those same brick-lined streets along the National Registered Historical District and shop in those same buildings. You will find unique specialty items, home accessories, jewelry, and many other one-of-a-kind gifts rather than pelts and barrels of nails which used to be there. Whether you're looking for the perfect gift or just want to treat yourself to something special, there's something on Main Street to suit every taste. And see our detailed maps to help you explore. For well over 200 years, visitors to St. Charles have been settling into comfortable accommodations along Main Street. Some of St. Charles' overnight guests have been including explorers, pioneers, statesmen, and steamboat captains. While visiting St. Charles, they would have eaten at local establishments like Eckert's Tavern, Farmer's Home Tavern, or the Western House. Well, what happened? This thing, I tell you, it jumps too much. For well over 200 years, visitors. or the Western House. And when you're hungry, today's visitors have over 25 restaurants from which to choose from. Satisfy your palate with anything from barbecue to tapis and choose your atmosphere. Enjoy a patio setting, historic ambiance, local pub, coffee house, or take out for a picnic on the riverfront. Hey, that sounds like we just repeated something we read a few seconds ago. Alright. Anyway, that being said, let's see if we can't find a children's story. Because I done the Three Little Pigs yesterday. And I think we'll find something else today. Shen Show stuff. Goodreads. Continue with Facebook. Carlet's Web. Carlet's Web. Hey, I'm gonna do this in English. I can't do this in this language. The alphabetical book. I can't read in these languages. What languages are these? What happened to English? Where did the English go? I have no idea what language that is. I'm finished rating. Wait a minute. Rate the books that you have read. You have rated 0 books. That's because I haven't found any. Find friends. Set a goal. Rate a book. Review a book. Children's books. That's what I want to do. Charlotte's Web. There we go. Jack and the Beanstalk. Why don't we tell the story of Jack and the Beanstalk today? Well, once upon a time, there was a young man named Jack, and, well, him and his mother were, well, let's put it this way. Jack's father had passed on, and so Jack's mother and him were very poor, and they did not know that they were going to be able to make it through the winter. And so his mother decided to send Jack to the county, to the city to sell the family cow. Well, on his way to the city to sell the cow, Jack came across a man who had magic beans. Magic beans, by all means, magic beans. Well, he said, I know that you're headed for town to trade off your cow, but I tell you what, I will trade you this cow for these magic beans, which will grow you a beanstalk, and you can eat beans forever. And so Jack decided that this was a very special man. So he got the magic beans from the man, and he came home. And when he came home, he showed his mother the magic beans. And she said, Jack, oh dear, what have you done to us? She was upset with Jack because, well, she didn't think anything about the magic beans was a good thing. So, at that point in time, she threw them out the window. Well, that night a small rain came about, and it watered those beans. And the next morning, when Jack woke up, all he could see out his window was a giant beanstalk that reached way up into the sky. And so Jack decided he would climb that 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 beanstalk. So he started to climb. And he climbed and he climbed and he climbed. And then all of a sudden he saw a cloud, and the cloud was starting to rain. And Jack pleaded with the cloud and said, Please, little cloud, can you stop the rain so that I might go on and climb? Because the rain is making the beanstalk slippery, and I am afraid I will fall to my death. And the cloud felt pity on Jack, and so it decided not to rain. So Jack could go ahead and climb on up the beanstalk. And he climbed all the way to the top of the beanstalk, and when he got there, there was a huge cloud of land for him to walk on. And so, as he stepped off the beanstalk onto the cloud, he thought for sure he would fall through, but it was more solid than that. And looking way across the cloud, he saw a small castle in the distance. So he decided he would walk towards that castle. And as he walked towards the castle, it got bigger and bigger and bigger. And then, all of a sudden, by the time he got there, it seemed to be the castle of a giant. Well, Jack didn't know any better, so he knocked on the giant's door. And no one heard his knock because he was such a little guy. So he slipped right under the door and went in. Well, when he did go in, the giant's wife just so happened to be there. And she grabbed Jack, thinking he was a mouse, and she picked him up and she put him on the table where she could actually see him. Now, being how she was motherly and had the giant and her had no children of their own, she kind of took pity on Jack, and she said to him, "You must be very careful, because had the giant seen you, he would want to eat you." And so she put Jack on the countertop. But when the giant came home, he heard he when the giant came home and came through the door, he could smell something out of the ordinary. So he said, "Fee-fi-fo-fum, I smell the blood of an Irishman." Well, Jack, not knowing what to do, started to panic. But the giant's wife dropped a cloth over him so that he would not be visible. And then the giant sat down to eat his supper that his wife had prepared for him. But as he finished up his supper, he still smelt again and said, "Fee-fi-fo-fum, I smell the blood of an Irishman." But Jack just barely peeped out from under the rag. And then finally, the giant decided that he was going to count his money. So he called his wife to bring him his magic harp, which played and sang on its own, a golden harp, and it played and sang on its own, and a goose that laid golden eggs. So as he sat there with his goose laying golden eggs and his magic harp that played and sang, he counted his money. Each golden egg made several coins of gold. So he counted his money, and as he counted, he finally got tired due to the fact that the harp was playing and singing. And as he fell asleep, Jack decided what he would do would steal the harp and the goose that laid the golden egg. So he ran across the table, he grabbed the goose, tucked it under his arm, and he grabbed the harp, and he ran as fast as he could, starting to head towards the beanstalk. As he gained closer ground on the beanstalk, all of a sudden he heard a roar and a ruckus from behind him, and he heard the giant screaming out, "Fee-fi-fo-fum, I smell the blood of an Englishman." And the giant flung open the door to his castle. And well, just at that point in time, Jack had hit the beanstalk and was starting to slide down the beanstalk as fast as he could. Well, the giant, he got a hold to the top of the beanstalk, and he started to come down the beanstalk too. Well, as soon as Jack got down to the bottom of the ground and got off of the beanstalk, and because the giant was so big, he had gained quite a bit on Jack. Jack started chopping and chopping, and they chopped him, and his mother had chopped the beanstalk down. And well, it fell to the ground, and the giant came with it, and thud, he hit the ground so hard that it buried him in the dirt. And that was the end of the giant forevermore. And, of course, Jack and his mother were then very rich because they had the golden harp that sang and played by its magical self, and the goose that laid the golden egg. The end. Sorry, that was going off of memory. And so, well, that looks like the end of the Bible, of the Shen Show for the day. Let's see. No, it's not. It looks like it's about time for us to do our daily bread. And so, therefore, here we go. Today's. Now, the daily bread is brought to us by the Bible with Briscoe. That's right. The Bible with Briscoe is a daily reading of the Bible with two parts, one from the Old Testament and one from the New Testament. And so, therefore, it's a daily reading of the Bible to be completed within 1 year. So, by the time 365 days is up, the Bible will be completed from cover to cover. And if you're keeping up with the Bible with Briscoe 2020, today we'll be covering 2 Kings 4 through 6 and Luke 24, 36 through 53. All right, let's see now the daily bread portion of the program. The man who couldn't talk. Psalm 96. Here we go. Psalm 96. Sing to the Lord a new song. Sing to the Lord all the earth. Sing to the Lord praises. Praise his name. Proclaim his salvation day after day. Declare his glory among the nations, his marvelous deeds among all the peoples. For great is the Lord and most worthy of praise. He is to be friend above all gods. He is to be feared above all gods. For all the gods of the nations are idols, but the Lord made the heavens. Splendor and majesty are before him, and strength and glory are in his sanctuary. Ascribe to the Lord, all your families of nations. Ascribe to the Lord glory and strength. Ascribe to the Lord glory due his name. And bring an offering and come into his courts. Worship the Lord in the splendor of his holiness, and tremble before him all of the earth. Say among the nations, the Lord reigns. The world is firmly established, it cannot be moved. He will judge the people with equity. Let the heavens rejoice, and let the earth be glad. Let the sea resound, and all that is in it. Let the fields be jubilant, and everything in them, and let the trees of the forest sing for joy. Let all creation rejoice before the Lord, for he comes to judge the earth, and he will judge the world in righteousness, and the people in his faithfulness. And there you have it. That would be Psalm 96. And what that's got to do with the man who could not talk, I do not know. But there you have it. That's what they put together today. Anyway, that would be ourdailybread.com. So if you want to figure out what that has to do with that, I would suggest that you go to odb.org and join up, sign up, and maybe make a little donation so that they can spread the gospel all around the world. And then that way you could read about this the man who couldn't talk. It's got something to do with a man sitting in a wheelchair, but I'm not allowed to um, tell you what the hell that is about because they've got their own narrated system, uh, their own translated portion, and well, I can't read that to you due to the copyright issues. So anyway, hey, that looks like the end of the Shen Show for the day. And so, here we go. Well, goodbye, my friends. It's time to go. I said goodbye, my friends. It's time to go. I hate to leave you, but I really must go. So goodbye, my friends. Goodbye. This here's been Shen Briscoe saying hello and how are you? Thanks for tuning in to the Shen Show today. And as always, God loves you and so do I. So be blessed in Jesus' name and come back and see me tomorrow because, well, I'll be here and I hope that you are too.